And I'm live. Sorry, 2 minutes late. Appreciate it. So I was doing some research. Hi guys. Crystal Rogers. So there's some exciting things going on. Well, maybe exciting. I'm going to show some clips, but I'm going to wait for a few people to get in here, just in case you're not familiar with what's going on. Okay. I have talked to a couple people that are close to the case. So we'll get to that here a little later. First, I want to make sure everybody is able to hear me and see what's going on. Good evening. I now see you guys. That took a while. All right. So my tabs, I was like trying to check to see exactly where they found the remains, because I was told that the media is actually giving the wrong information. So what I've been doing for the past 20 minutes is trying to figure out what exactly they got wrong. Okay. As far as I can see, the media is not wrong. But hey, I will let you know what I've been told versus what the media says. So let me go ahead and say hello to the chat room. We have Melissa, Red Rum, 80 Sweet Thing, Carla, Lucy's World, Pookie T. What's going on, you guys? Yeah, possible remains of... Okay, so Melissa, you're lost. All right, so Crystal Rogers has been missing since 2015. Word has it, here's what the media is stating, that there were possible remains that could be... There were remains that possibly are Crystal. Okay, she's been missing for 5 years. Actually, 5 years as of July 3rd of this year. So 2015, July 3rd. The last person to see her was her live-in boyfriend. They have one child together. Crystal has a total of 5 children. Walmart has her on footage. That was the last image that we have of her at a local Walmart. Okay. She allegedly went to the farm of her live-in boyfriend. He has a family farm, 250 acres. That's what I was trying to look at before I went live, to make sure what the media is stating is actually correct. So let's share my screen. I'm going to play a little video for you, and then I'm going to go over some timelines with you guys. All right. Hey, Tawanda, much love. Einstein's mom, Turquoise, Erica Nelson. And I will get back to the chat here in just a little bit. All right, let's get this party started. All right. Which one do I want to play first? Since, you know what? Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm just going to share my entire screen. That way I don't have to keep switching back and forth, all right? Now I will not be able to see the chat right now. So let's do this. This is the most recent video. This is updated as of 9:48 p.m. Okay. Is this the one I want? Is this the one I want? No, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want.
Is it Crystal Rogers? A lot of people are wondering that. We don't know the answer to that question just yet. The FBI stepping in to help figure out this case. More than 5 years have passed.
It's devastating. Devastating that nothing has been solved, nothing's been resolved.
Nothing leading to answers about what happened to Crystal Rogers. The mother of 5 disappeared in July 2015. She was last seen at her boyfriend Brooks Houck family farm. There have been extensive searches for her over the years.
Especially being a young woman in Bardstown, it is a little bit scary knowing that something like that did happen and they don't know.
The hope is that they will know one day. The Nelson County Sheriff's Office posted on social media that on Thursday, July 23rd, the Sheriff's Office became aware of possible human remains near the border of Nelson and Washington counties. Do you think people are wondering, is it Crystal?
Yes.
The Nelson County Sheriff says someone called it in last week. People in the area tell us authorities were searching here near Pascal Ballard Lane, which is close to the Houck family farm. On Friday, July 24th, the Sheriff's Office says that they requested help from the FBI Evidence Response Team since the area was difficult to reach. The possible remains were recovered and sent to the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia for testing.
If these remains indeed are Crystal, then it does provide closure for the family and for the community. If it's not her, then it would then open up another can of worms as into who it may be.
The Nelson County Sheriff's Office says that there are multiple missing people from the area, and that's why they aren't speaking on camera at this time. According to Team Crystal, a social media page, they're asking for people to give Crystal's family some privacy. A family member of Crystal's told me that they have been contacted by authorities and are waiting for more information. The Nelson County Sheriff says that he's not going to speculate or comment on this investigation until he gets more information from the FBI lab. In Bardstown, Myra Ansari, Wave 3 News. Is it Crystal Rogers?
Okay. So that's the most recent video. And now that was just updated. It was actually first published at around 5:30 this afternoon, then updated at 9:49 p.m. So I'm wondering what changed. They actually have both links on their website. I don't see a difference in either of them. Now, I will read the article here in a little bit on that. But something about Bardstown, Kentucky, you all need to be aware of in case you're not. It seems like every year around, so I think starting 2013, there was a police officer by the name of Jason Ellis that was ambushed. And if you ask me my personal opinion, okay, what I'm about to tell you, I think all of these things are connected. I can't go into detail, but I do believe they're all connected. 2014, a mother and daughter were viciously murdered in their home. We're talking about a high school senior and her mother that was also a teacher, okay? Viciously murdered. Rumor has it, there are rumors speculating that the only other sibling to that family has connection to that murder. That's just rumors. Of course, they don't have any evidence. The only evidence on that case was a black, I believe it was a Monte Carlo, that was caught on camera passing by the house. And they do in fact state that the people that were in that car were actually inside that house that day. They just do not have any further evidence to bring forth who owns that car or what have you, unless tips have been brought in since. I haven't really pulled up that case. Netherlands, I believe, is the last name of those people. Okay. Then we have Crystal Rogers. She went missing 2015. Brooks Houck is her live-in boyfriend. He is still considered the main suspect in this case. However, like the sheriff's office have stated, people don't understand that if you charge somebody, you want to make damn sure you've got all of your ducks in a row, because you can't go charging somebody and then say it doesn't fall through, say they don't get charged, everything's done and over with. He can come back and say, yeah, I did it. And then that falls into double jeopardy. So that's what they're wanting to avoid. That's why if you think, oh, this is taking forever, why don't they arrest him? He's still considered a main suspect, but they want to make sure they've got everything correct. All right. The way that he's acted, I've followed this case. I've helped search for Miss Crystal. I've went to numerous fundraisers. I've talked to family. This is a very, very sad case. A mother of 5. Okay. Now, it seems to me like they were having trouble in the relationship. Crystal did want to get out. Of course, how it is. You get into a relationship, financially, you're comfortable. She actually helped Brooks on many different, they had a lot of rental homes. Crystal did a lot of the legwork, the financial documents and stuff. She helped Brooks more than I'm sure he realized. That's all I'm saying about that. Caslyn, how are you doing, sweetheart? I'm actually got the phone pulled up. I've got the chat so I can see you guys. And then I believe it was 2016, maybe just a year, or 2017. Caslyn, you're in the chat. When was Tommy murdered? Her dad, Tommy Ballard, Crystal Rogers' dad, Tommy Ballard, took her son deer hunting and was murdered sniper style right before the sun came up. And they say this because they found the kickback on one of the trees. He was shot right in the heart. That was a sniper style shooting. He was getting closer than whoever had dealings with what happened to Crystal. He was getting closer than they wanted, and they took him out for sure. And Tommy was going to die trying to find his daughter. And I'm telling you what, I've said this before. Thanks, Caslyn. November 19th, 2016. You know what? I should have remembered that day, November 19th, simply because that's the day I started dating my husband in 95. So November 19th, 2016. I learned about Tommy and I cried like a baby. I've met this man. I've hugged this man. Still to this day, that man gave the best hugs ever out of anybody I've ever hugged. I mean, he just grabbed my hand when I went to shake it. Instead of shaking my hand, he gave me a hug. So, talk about a huge heart, that man. So, it really hit home when I found out of his passing. And I didn't go deer hunting that morning. I was going to, and I decided not to. I think my knee was really hurting bad that day. So regardless, it has nothing to do. I don't want to get off topic, but just letting you all know a little bit about the case and what's happened since then. So Bardstown, I'm telling you what, it's labeled as the most beautiful small town in America, but there are a lot of cold cases in this town. And that's what they're also stating too, is they don't want to speculate on if this is Crystal or not. It's the location that she was found, or he was found. The remains that were found were located, and that's what I wanted to verify. I was told that where the location of the remains was not near the Houck family farm. But it looks to me like they are. Okay, so what I've got pulled up is, this is Loretto Road, Bardstown, Kentucky, and at the intersection of Highway 46, okay, right here, and they said that it was in a difficult spot, like a very hard to get to spot where she was found, okay? Pascal Ballard Road is where the remains were located. The 250-acre farm is right here close. I don't know exactly which farm, because it looks like, if you look around here, there's quite a few farms. Okay, so it's 250 acres. I don't know exactly which one, but that's what they're saying. They're saying that the remains were located near this road right here, which the farm is located around here in one of these areas. Unless they have the location of the remains wrong. I don't know. I'll go through my messages and tell you what all I was told today. I'm not going to screen share anything like that. I'm just going to summarize things. This video right here, I want you all to watch. This was posted. I'm not sure the date that this was posted, but it's on the same website. It's just really interesting. This is standing here, Brooks Houck, which was the live-in boyfriend. This is his brother, who was a former Bardstown police officer. This is when the sheriff is conducted a search warrant for where he lived at the time, which was his grandmother's house. Grandmother is Mrs. Whitehouse or White said, something like that. So just wanted to give you a little bit of briefing before you watch this, okay?
He said, I told you we hadn't stopped working on it. And, I said, well, good, because I haven't stopped either, and I won't.
Tommy and Sherry Ballard rushed to Anna Whiteside's home on Pulliam Avenue as soon as they heard about the search.
I just seen them packing some shop vacs or vacuum cleaners and shop vac out, some bags.
Earlier this year, Whitesides was subpoenaed to court regarding a white Buick. The subpoena states the car may have been used to dispose of a body. On June 15th, Whiteside's attorney filed a motion to overturn the subpoena so that she doesn't have to take the stand, pleading the Fifth Amendment. Rogers' family watched the house for several hours after the...
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. Brooks Houck's grandmother is that woman that you seen getting into the elevator. She had a car. I believe it was a white Buick. Okay? She sold that car. She sold it. Somebody actually stated that they seen a white Buick parked the morning of when Crystal went missing. They saw it parked somewhere near the highway. So what they did is they subpoenaed records. She pled the Fifth Amendment on everything. Even though she sold the car, they actually got the car and did forensic testing on it. Okay? So that's where this video is going.
The search.
They are working hard on it. I mean, we know they're working.
We caught up with investigators moments later at Nick Houck's home on Whitesides Road in Cox Creek. Another search warrant served. Meanwhile, Houck was outside cutting his grass. Houck knows the drill. A search warrant was issued for him last week. The sheriff's department says they were searching for DNA-related evidence. The Ballards are working hard to stay strong for Roger's 5 kids and the rest of the family.
There may be one day that you have better than the other, and then the next day you're knocked back down again by some just little reminder, that you don't ever forget.
Which is why every sign, ribbon, or conversation about Rogers is something her family holds tightly to. Last month, Tommy says the family received a huge tip from a woman with information. Last night, they received another call. They plan to act on that this weekend. Live in the newsroom, I'm Kayla Vanover, Wave 3 News.
He said, I told you.
So many things about this case. Twitter, there's not really much on Twitter. Just that there's possible remains. Oxygen has a whole series. I suggest you watch it. The Disappearance of Crystal Rogers. I'm not an affiliate of Oxygen or anything like that, but to keep you up to speed and where things are at right now, this is a very good watch. So I do recommend you watch that. I'll actually put the link to that in the description box so you all can watch that. Just good down-to-earth people, especially the people that Oxygen had go down there to the family and just sit with them. I think it was like 2 full weeks, maybe longer, that they were there. And oh my gosh, it shows so much of the family bond and just all these people working together. And they actually went and helped search for her. The people that Oxygen hired, the detective, the reporter, they took their good shoes off, put on boots, did whatever, and got down and dirty and helped search. Okay, so the main suspect, Aaron, is Brooks Houck, which was her live-in boyfriend. I can't say that he did. I can just say that he was the main suspect, or still is the main suspect. It's located in Bardstown, Kentucky. Okay, she went missing in 2015. Did they ever release any of the contents of any of the search warrants? You know what? I don't think they have. I think everything is hush-hush just because there's not been an arrest made, so they don't want to release anything. They really don't have anything to release as of right now. And now they've also got a possible murder investigation that's possibly linked to Crystal, which that would be her father, Tommy. Miss White did it with a candlestick in the observer. What, David Castle? All right. I know, 5 kids. Pookie Tea, yeah, I recommend it. They do have a little boy together. I believe he was 3 in 2016. So he's almost 8 or 9 now. Poor thing. I wonder if he even remembers his mommy. I'm sure. Well, see, here's the thing, though. Her family's not allowed to see that little boy. I don't know if it's changed, but he got it to where they couldn't even see him. I don't know if they were afraid that he would say something, because here's how it went. Let's see where the timeline is. I've got it pulled up somewhere. All right. I'm just going to read this to you guys. Details of disappearance. Make it bigger for you guys here. Crystal Rogers was last seen in Bardstown, Kentucky on July 3rd of 2015. She has never been heard from again. She had a maroon 4-door 2007 Chevy Impala that was abandoned on July 5th, which they think that's when it was found. Okay, so this actually needs to be changed. They're saying it was abandoned on July 5th. She went missing July 3rd. So July 5th is when the car was found near mile marker 14 on the Bluegrass Parkway in Hardin County near Elizabethtown, Kentucky. It had a flat tire and the doors were unlocked. Her keys, her cell phone, her purse, and other belongings were still inside it. The phone's battery was dead. Rogers' loved ones said she rarely traveled to that area. Also want to point out that the diaper bag was also in the car. Okay. Rogers' live-in boyfriend, Brooks Houck, was the last person to see her. He stated he went to bed at 11 p.m. the night before, and Rogers was still awake at the time using her phone. He said she was up playing games when he went to bed, and that his son went to bed with him. Okay. When he woke up, she was gone. He initially said he wasn't concerned because they had a, quote, stressed relationship, end quote. And Rogers would sometimes leave home and go stay with her cousin. That's a lie. That maybe happened like 3 or 4 times the whole time they were together. Maybe not even that many times. He tried to call her on July 4th because his family had a get-together for 4th of July. He said he tried calling her, but was not able to reach her. Just saying. Nick Houck, Brooks' brother, was a police officer with Bardstown Police Department at the time of Rogers' disappearance. But in October of that same year, or I'm not sure if it was that same year, it might have been the next year. I'm not sure. But in October, he was fired. They really need to put what year that was. Authorities stated he interfered with the investigation, and they think that he knows what happens to Rogers. Okay, so let me just advise you how he interfered with the investigation. During an interrogation with Brooks, Brooks was talking to Detective John Snow, who is no longer the detective in the case, mind you, but during the interrogation or interview, whatever you want to call it, Nick decided to call Brooks. Brooks takes the phone call in the middle of this interview, and Nick tells Brooks, hey, don't tell them nothing. You need to get out of there. Blah, blah, blah. And what does Brooks do? He leaves. He stops the interview, the interrogation, and he leaves. Being a police officer, that was a big, big no-no. Yeah, I would say he did more than interfere. Okay, now listen to this. They think that Nick knows what happened to Rogers. Nick, who was the police officer, failed not one but two polygraph tests about Rogers' disappearance. He advised Brooks not to talk to police and he refused to cooperate in the investigation. Photos of Brooks and Nick are posted with this case summary. In December 2015, 5 months after Rogers disappeared, Danny L. Singleton was indicted for 38 counts of perjury for allegedly giving false testimony before a grand jury investigating Rogers' disappearance. Now, Danny Singleton was an employee of Brooks. Brooks Houck had a construction company where he built houses. Not sure if he's still doing that or not, but that's where Danny Singleton comes into play. A photo of Danny Singleton was posted within this case summary. He was a longtime friend and employee of Brooks, and he knew Rogers, and sometimes she would even give him a ride home from work in her car. She was very, very generous to this man. In January 2016, two other men, Vincent Dakota Netherly and Donald Lee Howard Jr., were charged with false reporting. Now, I had not heard about this. They admitted they lied to police when they made statements claiming that Singleton had murdered Rogers. Photos of Netherly and Howard are posted within this case summary. They didn't report on this little detail very much at all. So this is the first I'm hearing about that. Authorities believe Rogers was murdered. Brooks is considered the prime suspect in her disappearance, but they think Nick may have helped cover up the crime. When investigators searched Nick's police cruiser, they found blood traces on a blanket and in the trunk. They said it literally lit up like Chernobyl, is what they said. Although foul play is strongly suspected in Rogers' case, no one has been charged, and both the Houck brothers maintain their innocence. Rogers left behind 5 children. Her case remains unsolved. This has only been updated one time since 2004. Oh, I'm sorry. Updated one time. Last updated 2016. Well, she went missing in 2015, so this really needs to be updated. Just saying. And this is where I was looking for the actual location of the farm because it's very hard to find. It took me forever just to find this article. This was posted, gosh, wow, 7 days after she went missing. And there has been many search warrants located for that farm, the Houck family farm, which is on Pascal Ballard Lane as part of their investigation into the disappearance of Crystal M. Rogers. Now, back to no, I don't think there's a cover-up in this case. No, I don't know what you mean by that, but, well, I do think, in my opinion, all of the things that have happened since 2013, they're connected. That's all I can say. Yes, his brother was a police officer with Bardstown PD. Okay? No longer. He was fired, I believe, that same year. There are YouTube videos of their interrogations. Go watch them. Go watch and see how the brother acts, especially when interrogated by Detective Snow. Okay? He is so cocky. And he's like, as a matter of factly. And when he was told he failed the polygraph, his attitude is just like, the test, the test can come up, inconclusive, blah, blah, blah. They can come up wrong, like totally in denial. I was referring to his brother being a police officer. Lily, okay, so the ambush of Jason Ellis, okay, I will say this. Nick Houck worked for Bardstown PD when Jason Ellis was ambushed. Okay. Jason Ellis was actually the drug enforcement officer, the K9 unit. These are facts. Now, you can do with that as you will. You can put 2 and 2 together. Now, as far as the Netherlands, they are not they, cross that out. I think how that's connected is a possible like gang initiation, but I do think that they are all connected. Are you getting me? I can only speculate. I can only give my opinions on some things. I can state facts. First Amendment, we're able to state facts and opinions, but I can't always say what I want to say. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm just going to skim over my messages and let you all know a few things, what I was told today. All right, let me stop my screen share real quick so that I can see you guys. All right, here we go. I'm scrolling. Hold on just a second. There's a lot of conversation before information. Just saying. I'm sorry you're lost, Lily. Go watch the Disappearance of Crystal Rogers on the Oxygen channel. Okay. So anytime there is a body found in the Bardstown or general vicinity, they do always contact the families of the missing just to let them know, hey, this could be, there was a body found, just letting you know, okay? Just want to state that for the record. Now, before any other details can be released, I was told, of course, protocol, right? They do have to wait until they examine the body. Can't go into details. Okay. I said, well, depending, of course, 5 years, full decomposition would be set in by now. There could be hair. There could be possible jewelry, clothes, the content of the clothes that were being worn, if any. That can help, of course, identify a body before, you all know all this, right? So that's just what I put in. And I asked if she or the remains, was located in a hard to find spot. Yes. I hope the whole family gets justice. This person was not there when the remains were found. They showed up afterwards. They had done remove the body when they got there. I said, it makes you wonder if one guy told law enforcement or there was a guy that actually contacted law enforcement that was already in jail that said she was in a building and it was caught on fire and it was in a whole nother county, blah, blah, blah. I think he was just wanting a free ticket, free out of jail card. Okay, because it was totally pushing law enforcement in the other direction. Okay, and that is actually talked about in the Oxygen series. A guy called in, said she was here, but they burned down the building, blah, 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 blah. I thought maybe he was possibly paid off to, deter law enforcement to go the other way, kind of get them off of Brooks's back, right? And they said that they thought that this guy was just trying to get out of jail. So get out of jail free cards. And I agreed. I let this guy know that most of the time media, they do get their info from law enforcement. I know that from experience. And I said, I've been there, done that. I said, or someone has leaked something. Well, in that video that we first watched, they stated that they received a call last week letting them know that remains were there. So I don't know what that call entailed. If they said, hey, Crystal Rogers is located here, the remains are here, or if they just said, hey, remains are located in this area. But from what I gathered, it was a very, very rough, hard to get to place. Some place they wouldn't have thought to look unless they were told. So that makes sense. Media also said it was where she was last seen, not true. She was last seen at the family farm of Brooks Houck. They are saying that she was located off such and such road, which is located near the family farm. But he's saying that's not true. And that law enforcement has not given the media anything, except that remains were in fact found. But everything is hush-hush. And I was also told that there is a gag order in effect. So without saying too much, I mean, why would there be a gag order in effect if it's not her? Just saying. So now I know that somebody did in fact call, and that's that. Let me look to see any other tabs that I've got pulled up that I want to go over. Okay. Just a second. Yeah, I've already read that. Let me go ahead and grab this so y'all can watch this on Oxygen. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat now, and then I will also put it in the description box. And I don't know why my chat is froze on StreamYard. Gotta love StreamYard. Okay, guys, any questions? I like to keep it at about an hour or so. If you have any questions, or if anybody comes up, I've got about 20 more minutes. I'm going to refresh real quick. It might kick me out. Hold on just a second. Okay. I'm going to put this in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, they are welcome. I do have it to where I have to verify who you are, so you ain't going to get me that way. Any other questions on anything? Yes, they do need that so much, Aaron. Yes. Lily. It's sad for anyone to have lost a loved one over things. Lost, sorry. I get you now. Sorry, honey. Yes, it is very sad, Carla. It's a very interesting case, though. Caslin, if you don't have my phone number, I don't think you do. If you could email me, I would really like to talk to you. Jana Gibson. I help with an ongoing search for a missing person, and we got word from media that remains were found in our search area because they were listening to the police scanner. Oh, wow, Jana. Mm. And you know, when you're in that type of like a search party and stuff, I'm sure your heart just drops every time. You know, when I was out there helping search, I mean, you have to think, what if I do find something? How am I going to act? What if I move this brush and find something? You know, you look in every little nick and cranny, and you really have to keep up your composure when you're searching. It's very hard. Of course, I had to have a walking stick the whole time I was walking. I think me and my mom went and searched. It was almost 2.5, 3 hours. Of course, we had to stop and continuously take breaks and stuff, and they had water and stuff there for us. And I actually gave one of the investigators the walking stick that I found. It was that good of a stick. So, and from this day on, that's his favorite stick to use while searching. So that kind of made me feel good. Lily, what you saying? Do you know the area they claim to have found the body? If yes, what are your thoughts on how she may have been placed there? Well, Lily, let me share this with you again. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So this right here, the media is stating that the remains were located on Pascal Ballard Road. Let me see if I can, let's turn this around here. I like Google Earth so much better. I'm trying to, okay, so they were found along this road. So let's see where this goes. Wow. That road actually has a dead end. Interesting. I don't know how far I can zoom in. I think that's all I can do. So yeah, really interesting. Looky here. Those look like tracks. What's that? I don't know what that is. A little shed, maybe? Interesting. Looks like tracks here. What is this, I wonder? Like another gravel road attached to it, maybe? Let's see where this goes. Lots of... Monk's Creek. So there's a creek. Looky there. Where does that go? This little road is in the woods. All kinds of little pathways to this one little spot, isn't there? There's another little shed, looks like. What is that? That's interesting, isn't it? It almost looks... Oh, okay. That looks maybe like a tree down. Huh. Of course, for all we know, that could be tractor. It looks like this right here looks to be farmland. Just because of the way that it looks right here. But needless to say, a lot of paths lead to... Oh, look at this area of water. So there's a pond or a lake. It's kind of hard to tell on Google how big something is. Really don't want to have to get out the little measuring tool, but I don't know. That's all I can tell you guys is there's 49. That's actually 49 is where I was searching off of 49. And where I was searching there was a cornfield where I was searching. It was off a little road off 49. I wonder if I can see it on here. It was a gravel road. It wasn't a main road. It was a gravel road off of 49. But there was a cornfield. I don't know Bardstown all that well. So, heck, that might be it right there. I don't remember seeing a house, though, so no, that wasn't it. But anyways, sorry to bore you guys with that. Once I get into something, I'm like, eh. All right, Lily, let's show your comments here. So, if they went in through the dead end and then placed the body, maybe that's why no one saw anything. I don't know. It makes you wonder if it's connected to the farm itself. I mean, why would they, say that? I agree with you, Lily. I hope it is too. Hey, Jana. How are you? Hey, Mathis. How are you, buddy? All right, I'm going back up. Jana says that she had a cousin that went missing and found. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jana. That's heartbreaking, honey. That has got to be hard. I just, I haven't searched for many missing people. I do what I can. Actually, there's not a whole lot of stuff that goes on where I live. But looks like a couple counties over, they have quite a few things, and it's very sad because Bardstown is a very, very pretty area. If you all have seen it in person, it's gorgeous. They've got all kinds of older buildings that have been restored. The square is just, it's beautiful. A lot of picket fences. And the oxygen link that I provided for you all shows a lot of the area. So, thanks, Mathis. Appreciate that. Okay, nobody wants to join. Okay, I understand. I'm going to go ahead and let you all go because I don't want to keep rambling. I do expect to have a live stream sometime this week just to where I can chat with you guys and talk about some things that are weighing heavy on my mind. Also, keep an eye out. I'm going to post a video regarding a very, very good friend of mine. He actually baptized my children over the weekend. So that was a beautiful thing, and I want to share it with you all, okay? Much love, you all. God bless you all. And remember, each day could be your last. Treat it as if it's your last, okay? Stop all this hate. Much love, you.